Yo, Gibbons here.
Hey, it's Errol Collins.
Yeah, man.
Dude, you are always pumped up.
You ready to rock? We can take it on.
I'm ready to race. That's what I'm ready to do. I want to know about this movie.
Well, it is. Boy, is it ever fine?
You know, it's
Snake and Mongoose.
How did you get involved in this? Because you know, I have been studying your path for so many years, and the challenges and the different changes that you've inspired, and then to find out that you are doing something that nobody wants to touch, that's got to make you feel pretty good.
Well, indeed, you couldn't have said it better. It's hard to describe, and this rather unexpected surprise, what do you call it? Well, it's a hit movie. Mm-hmm. I think they were attempting to tag it as a docudrama chronicling an overview of the great drag racing rivalry back in the 60s with Snake and Mongoose, Don Perdome and Tom McEwen.
Now, did you get the chance to meet them at all?
Just last week in Indianapolis, we had a day off from the ZZ Top show. Went to see the premiere, and it brought tears. It can for all the drag racing fans can certainly relate. It'll bring tears to your eyes. It is so remarkably adept in just letting you know what they went through to become the drag racing great.
And you know what's really cool about the vision that you've got for that? I'm from Montana, and drag racing was the only thing we had out there. We used to go up to Lewistown all the time. And what we did as fans to travel so far, and then for you to do that, it's like this is more than just a movie about history. This encompasses everything involved with that race. And it has the fans, and it's got everything that deserves to be told in it.
Yes, and one of the unusual underlying points to ponder is how these guys came to become the racing champions that they deserve to be credited for. In addition to that, the number of innovations that they came up with that wound up making its way to Detroit, and the cars that we drive today, in no small part, owe a great deal to both Don Perdome and Tom McEwen.
Do you find that by doing an American-made movie like this and bringing in Detroit with the conditions they've got, do you find that you actually could be that missing link in a puzzle?
Well, we can certainly try. There is a brief part of the film that came up to the era in which we recorded one of our favorite songs, I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide. And that started our connection with the ongoing process of making this unexpected, successful story on the silver screen. And then my lovely sweetheart, Gilligan Gibbons, she takes part as she plays the part of Brenda Greer, and the Greer Black Perdome dragster preceded the funny car era. And it's really interesting. I invite anyone who's got cars in their blood to go see Snake and Mongoose, which is hitting the theaters this week. And it's a great picture.
And you know, it's really cool that when you come to Charlotte tomorrow night, you're just right down the street from 4 Wide ZMAX Dragway. I mean, there is such a passion for racing in Charlotte. Do you when you look out over that crowd, do you see the people who've got that passion?
Without question. We know that ZZ Top has come to mean fast music and loud sounds. The two go together. It's how do cars and guitars equate, and I think that it's all about being fast and loud. It's really remarkable. We've had the distinct honor of being invited to tour the Hendrick Motorsports Museum, right adjacent to the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yes,
and it's an experience that reminds you just how many fans follow this great American sport of motor racing. It's off the chain.
Do you ever find yourself wondering how many speeding tickets you've been a part of without really being a part of it? It was just the drive of your music?
Well, I know I don't even want to start counting mine. If you've got an hour, I'll tell you about them.
The Charlotte Motor Speedway, right down the street, and so is the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Do you not see that when you do a movie like this, that you are inviting a new nation of generations to step forward and to find out the true history? Because like music, Billy, I mean, it's like it seems like there's a generation of people that aren't connecting with where the roots of this stuff is happening. And in reading everything that you've put into this, you really are introducing this to people that you'll probably never meet.
Interesting point. Without question, Snake and Mongoose, as a in-theater movie, does a rather remarkable presentation with a transition of modern-day film techniques that morph into the most eye-opening archival footage actually filmed and shot from way back in the day. And it's so seamlessly presented that you feel that you've been there. It's really, it's kind of, it's part entertainment, part history, and at the end of the day, you leave feeling satisfied.
Being from Texas, did you get into the NASCAR event, or did you get more into the drag racing?
We were drag racers from day one. NASCAR, of course, was just catching on. There's no question about, of course, you can tune into just about any cable channel and see some form of the the rather interesting and fascinating history of how NASCAR got its start. Mm-hmm. And look what it's turned into today. It's probably ranking as the number one, now becoming globally as the most popular sport across the board.
And yet there are so many guys who've got their man caves out there in the garage, and they've got these beautiful surround sounds just jamming out to the tunes and everything. What does Billy Gibbons do to get that guy out of that garage and get them back out there to start supporting NASCAR as well as drag racing? They need to be in the stands, not in the garage.
Well, we just play fast and loud.
Do you ever find yourself ZZ Top being out there at a racetrack during an actual race? I mean, they're doing it with ice skating. Why couldn't they do that with racing?
We've done we made an appearance out in California. We kicking and screaming, we left the house and drove over to the Fontana Speedway and played kind of a halftime event. For that event, we've performed at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Texas Motor Speedway outside of Dallas. We've done quite a few. It goes hand in hand.
Do you ever find yourself walking through the pits and going, I don't need any earphones on, man. I just want to feel this?
As a matter of fact, yes. If you are brave enough to stand there when they fire up one of the engines just to on a test run, you can walk away saying, "Okay, I think I got it now."
See, because I do the commercials for Charlotte Motor Speedway, and my voice is all raspy now because I just did 5 pages of scripts. So, and that's what I try to put into those is that I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that if I didn't jam out to my ZZ Top before I did this. And the reason why is because you do have that drive. What, is there a certain tempo that you put into your music that gives you that reason why you should crank it up and move forward?
Well, yeah, it resonates with the heartbeat, and of course, pedal to the metal. There is a tempo as the cars come around turn 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down the straightaway it goes, and you kind of get the feel of what it's all about.
Have you been to the Speedway lately in the way where Charlotte's always talking about the HD TV and stuff up there? Do you think that we're losing that passion for NASCAR because of the video screen?
I don't think so. I think it's expanded the experience for the followers and the many fans of the sport. It just keeps growing, and exponentially, who knows what's next? It's probably the most exciting event that when attending one of the races, there's no denying it. You just sit there and go, "Wow, this is it. This is cool."
Do you think your movie is something that and really it should be, the type of movie that needs to get into the hands of these newbies and these people who are just discovering racing? Do you think that with as much drag racing as there is on highways, that kids need to see this movie to say, look, there is a place, there is a purpose, get on that track? Because it almost seems like that the age group for racing is either late 20s, 30s, or even older than that. Do you not believe that there should be new blood out there and that your film could be that?
Well, it's certainly coming around. One of the elements to be seen in the movie Snake and Mongoose is the moment the team of Prudhomme and McEwen landed the association with Mattel, creating the Snake and Mongoose Hot Wheels set. Mm-hmm. And there's not too many people that don't remember the Mattel Hot Wheels Snake and Mongoose racing set. And those rather strident memories have really brought focus again to the interest in seeing this picture. It's I can't say enough about it. Robin Broidy, who produced the film, and the lineup of entertainers that provided music throughout the film. It's really a rock and roll high energy experience.
What were those cars? Were those Chargers that they were driving?
They well, of course, they started with the slingshot dragsters. Mm-hmm. Then the emergence of funny cars came into play, and let me just leave a little to the imagination. If you're not familiar, I encourage you to go see this Snake and Mongoose movie at your local theater, and you'll see exactly how it transitioned from the more familiar railer drag racer to the funny car, and that's when it got serious.
Mm-hmm. And don't you think that it was because of these two guys that all of a sudden we started seeing Chevy Novas that would come with hotter engines, and we'd see the pipes, and we would start seeing headers on cars, and then all of a sudden you get the sunroofs and stuff. It's almost like these guys were like, is it wrong to say that they were the before the Beatles there was a sound? These guys were before the actual event happened. This was the actual movement that was taking place.
Well, yeah, indeed. The chronological order of things that unfolded. It started on the drag strip, and easily seen in the Snake and Mongoose picture, of how we became addicted to this excitement. This is something that I don't think it's undeniable. Just go and get a piece of it.
And it is available in movie theaters starting this weekend. What do you personally dream for in this movie? There's got to be something more than monetary that you're looking for out of this movie to happen. What as you, when you step away from the music, when you step away from the production of it, what do you as a real person, normal clothes, what do you expect for this movie?
Well, I appreciate and respect the newfound friendship with both Don Prudhomme and Tom McEwen, and to this day, they're plotting and scheming something. It's just uncertain what it is, but whatever it is, if it's loud and fast, they can count me as a supporter.
That's awesome. And musically, how are you doing?
Well, the ZZ Top tour is rocking down the roadway. Our good buddy Kid Rock and our friend Uncle Cracker, we've put together a rather robust evening of good value and entertainment. And brother, put on your seatbelt because it is tough stuff.
I saw you in Billings, Montana on stage, and when I went into the Metro up there and you guys were on stage, I literally could not go to my seat because you had so much energy and it was so loud that I just had to stand there and watch you. And your stage was the first one that I had ever seen that was lit up, where the stage floor, and I just couldn't move. What do you guys just sit around wondering, all right, what are we going to do next? How are we going to get inside their soul?
Oh, yeah, the challenge of what's next. That's, doesn't matter what you do. It's about trying to figure out what you're going to do. And that's the fun part of, walking this great big ball of dirt we call the planet. What are we going to do?
And then you guys have I guess my final question would be that what is it like for you to take a lyric that has now affected 5 generations of people, and now a lyric has inspired a movie, influenced movie making? Where does this come from, Billy?
Well, it feels real good. We're just looking for the next corner to turn. I'll tell you what. Let me invite you and all of those that might be a fan of drag racing, and even those that don't know what it is. Go see Snake and Mongoose. It is going to turn you around.
I love it. Snake and Mongoose in theaters starting this weekend. Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top, and a movie connection. Do you find yourself doing other movies?
Oh yeah, we if we can ever get off this touring trail, which I doubt.
You love it.
We'll pop up when time permits.
And then, I mean, to the point to where you would actually, because don't you think that what's missing from the movie world right now is a good classic rock movie to prove to the generations that it's not old man music, that it really does affect everybody?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of room for it. With the success and the resounding resilience of Snake and Mongoose, it's not so far removed from what rock and roll is all about anyway.
Why did they always attach a racing to country music then? If it's so rock, is it just because country people just they had to have something?
Well, it's across the board. It's not only rock; it does include country.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got me thinking. I think it's about everything.
Because it seems like I remember with John Boy and Billy, I remember Rusty Wallace saying, the one thing I like about racing is that it goes great with classic rock. And then they would go into a ZZ Top song and go, that's it. That's the connection.
There it is. And we'll be there for it as we continue to expand our horizons, and certainly there's no better place than Charlotte, North Carolina, the home of all of this NASCAR stuff these days. Let's stay with it. Let's get it.
Thank you so much for your time today, Billy. Thank you, and good luck with the movie, and continued good luck with your tour.
Rock on, brother.
Thank you, sir.